Hey, this is Dr. Fryer, and today's 7th of December, 2025, and I'd like to show you how you can use the app Canva to create a short video with the Canva 2.0 features. Now, there is a longer tutorial if you want to get into a lot of details, but basically the first thing you need to do is get your photos together that you're going to use. And so depending on what project you're doing, you can do this for our 5-photo story, but also for the SIFT video. I'm going to choose randomly select 5 photos for me, and I'm going to need to save these to my camera roll and put them into a folder. Okay, so here are the photos. I'm going to tap and hold down and choose Save to Photos. So I've got cows, I've got an elephant, I've got the razor, which for some reason seems really popular. I've got the sinking ship. And if you're having trouble with it, just kind of hold it down again. Oops. And you're just going to choose Save to Photos. And then I've got these oranges, which is interesting. For some reason, this last one gives me some trouble. There we go. All right, Save to Photos. So there you go. So now if I go to my photos, I'm going to see all of these here at the bottom. Now, I recommend that you go ahead and create a separate album for them. See, I did this before and I used those 5 photos. So the way that you're going to do that is you can click on Select and you can just tap those last 5 photos that you had. And then you can click on the Share Square here and you can choose to add to a new album. So I'm going to call this album and I'll click on plus. I'm going to call this Story 2. And you can call it whatever you want. But then you've just got all your pictures within that one album. This is really helpful, especially when you save things at different times, because it just allows all of your photos to be together, okay? So this is step 1. Get all of the photos together that you are going to use in your project, whether this is a SIFT video or any other kind of project. Now you're ready for Canva. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Canva. And I'm going to choose to tap on Create. And I'm going to do a new project. And I do want to limit access. And you're going to want to let Canva have access to photos here. So I'm going to say, you can have access to those 5 photos. You're going to choose to create a video. And in this case, we are going to just do a landscape video. Okay? So create video landscape. Now, you have to upload your photos in order to use them. So in the side on the left, you're going to tap on Upload, and you're going to upload files from your library. And these are the last 5 pictures, but again, one of the things I recommend is creating an album. So see there, I just have my 5 pictures, and this really helps when you have got a lot of pictures in different places or you save them at different times. Make a folder, that makes it easy to import. So I'm going to click Add, and so now all 5 of those pictures are uploading here into Canva. And so now what I can do is I can drag these over into the timeline. Now, it's important to recognize the technique I'm going to teach you is using a single scene. You can also do this in separate scenes, but I kind of think it's easier to just do it in one scene, so I'm not going to tap the plus there because that would add a different scene. I am simply going to click and drag my pictures here onto my timeline. And then I'm going to choose how long I want each one to be on. Okay, so maybe it's like 5 seconds. When I tap on it, notice that I need to arrange it. And I would recommend you make it fill the entire screen, okay? So just do that at the same time. You click, drag your picture out there, and then go ahead and get your next one. So I'm going to click on my elephant. I'm going to drag my elephant out here and put him on the timeline. Again, I'm going to drag the length and duration. I'm going to put these out here for about 5 seconds. Notice that I've got to resize these. Okay, so they fill the entire screen. So my elephant's next. Now I'm going to get my razor. Again, I am clicking and dragging and I'm dropping it here on my timeline. Now, for some reason that didn't happen or didn't work, so I'll try that again. Dragging it right there on the timeline. You're going to need to adjust your times. Look how I didn't get that one fully covered because I don't really want any empty space in my timeline. So again, I'm going for 5 seconds. You can adjust this to be different if you want. 4th picture is going to be my orange here. So again, I'm going to try and get about 5 seconds. Oops. I got to remember to drag these out. Make it nice and big. Okay, and gotta do the same thing for my razor. So I would always recommend you make the pictures fill the entire screen, be nice and big. All right, so I got my cows, I got my elephant, I got my razor, I got my orange. The last one here is gonna be my sinking ship. And I put that one in, same thing, resize it so it's nice and big, fills the whole thing. Okay, and now I am ready to record. Now, particularly when you're doing, a longer, video or whatever, I recommend having your script so that you're going to be able to look at your script. You can do that on another computer. But in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and quickly record. At the bottom, it says add audio. And so when I tap that, the one that I want is called record voiceover. So I'm going to tap on record voiceover. And now I can go ahead and record my story. I tried to do this on my iPad and the microphone wouldn't record two things at once. It stopped recording this video. So you go ahead and record your story. You can adjust the length of each of the different images if you want to as you're going along. But you go ahead and get those all recorded like you want to and go ahead and hit stop. Okay, so now we're going to export. We're going to go to share and click download, and we'll choose the MP4 video. And so just click download. Depending upon how long your video is, how many pictures you've got, how your voice narration should be for the whole duration, but it's going to depend how long it takes. And then after that, you're going to tap and choose Save Video, and then it's going to save it into your camera roll for your iPad, which is where you want that video to be. So now I'll go into videos and we can see it. There's actually, it looks like 2 copies of it here. And then the last thing to remember is that you want to send this to Google Drive, okay? And you want to share it so anyone with a link can view it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the share box there and choose Google Drive. If you don't see it right away, you can tap more, go down to wherever you have your Google Drive, and then you're going to upload that file, all right? And it's going to send it up there into Google Drive. After that, you're going to have one more step, because you still need to share it. It's restricted to only you unless you change this. So I'm going to go ahead and open up Google Drive now. I'm going to find my video, and you can rename it if you want to. Mine here is just called video. So I'm going to tap the 3 dots and I'm going to choose Manage Access there at the top, which is the share selection. And then I'm going to click on the 2 people there, and instead of restricted, I'm going to choose anyone with a link, and that way the teacher can see it. If other classmates are doing peer reviews, tap the little link there in the corner, and you've copied it, and now you're ready to turn that in. You can turn that in Canvas, you can send an email, you are ready to roll. So I hope that's been helpful to you. Good luck making your videos with